Hi, welcome to my training video. My name is Carl Torsbins. I'm a former Deputy Warden of New Mexico and Arizona Department of Corrections. This video focuses on individuals that have been classified to be sociopath, anti-personality, antisocial personality disorders, and individuals who have a hard time adjusting to rule of law or rule of institutional behavior. And therefore it's important that as correctional officers you understand exactly how some of these stigmas that are out there about these individuals can be false and misleading, leading you down the wrong way of managing them. Thus, the purpose of this video is to make sure that your awareness has been increased, and also to examine the influences, impact, and consequences of supervising a prisoner that's been tagged to be a sociopath. Officers need to acquire the awareness for the different reasons, motives, and causes of their behaviors and anticipate their every move. Remember, everything they say and do has a purpose, and the more you work with them, the better you identify exactly what we're talking about in this video. In addition, officers must realize how their own behavior may be caused to be a concern for them as well as others around who are also sociopaths. Sociopaths can upset the environment through subtle and destructive forces in a manner your housing unit is acting, or perhaps plotting, schemes, or otherwise concealed misconduct. Getting away from the Jodi Arias murder trial, there appears to be a fascination about sociopaths. Sociopaths have been around in prison for a long time, but working inside the SMU-2 unit for several years and bringing in my 25 years of experience working with convicted felons, may have exhibited behaviors that are most interesting from an officer's point of view and draws you in. Make no bones about it, you've accepted the most difficult challenge trying to understand these kind of people. However, due to the nature of your job, you must learn to maintain control with such individuals, as the entire safety of the shift hinges on how you manage these problematic individuals yet treat them the same as others. And I want to focus on treating them the same as others. No preferential treatment, no differential in attitude. One red flag or warning sign is their persistence to talk to you, and only you, when other officers can accommodate their needs under their care just the same. Supervisors, beware. If they ask for you by first name or last name basis, you've been targeted. It's very important you build this awareness. The danger of working with sociopaths is their ability to draw you into their world. In their own subtle but effective ways, they can influence you into their beliefs that can in fact be malicious in nature but innocent up front. Think about that. This is the mechanism that we're talking about. It's not to say that they are malicious or a threat to you, but rather they are in danger to the environment for many reasons that are often hidden and manipulated to suit their own needs rather than those of others. Don't get sucked into their game. They know how to do this, and they'll get it done before you realize you've been taken for granted. I've seen sociopaths act out violently when you don't give them what they want, and I've seen them become extremely passive-aggressive and pass a request on to another officer more willing to help than me. They will adjust the mannerism to accommodate the person and the need. The second danger is they may show feelings, but in fact may have little feelings at all for you or others. They're always focused on themselves and not so much on others unless they can get you to do something you aren't supposed to do. It's a twist. They're building relationships. Hence, as their intentions are selfish and dangerous and need your full awareness. Share your concerns with your team or supervisor so housing arrangements can be adjusted or methods to communicate can be altered or adjusted. Don't handle this by yourself. The moment you take it on by yourself, you're going to get played. Don't spend too much time with a sociopath or sociopaths, as they can alter your thinking and decision-making patterns. They'll attempt to creep into your world and carry on a legitimate conversation to keep you interested. Keep in mind, they're only thinking of themselves as making you expendable and unimportant to them, but making you feel just the opposite, that you are important to them. They will take you out if you give them the opportunity provided. When I say they will take you out, that means you can lose your credibility, your reputation, your job, or your life. The continuum is endless for a determined sociopath set out to rock your world, because you're never going to know when they're going to get you. That's how slick they are. Being around a sociopath inside prison, one will see a sense of entitlement that is fueled by some emotion or either rage or anger towards something or somebody. This entitlement is masked by the ongoing request for accommodations with an outgoing personality characteristic that resembles a pleasant one. Many sociopaths manage to alter their approach mannerism for the individual dealing with at the time. It can resemble an easygoing style or walk away to talk with either a pleasant attitude or as demonstrating a charming exterior. Be careful. They know how to play the game. For a sociopath, there are no limits and ambitions, and everything is game to make it a more interesting situation. But you must be aware and remember, nothing is off limits. Nothing, and especially inside prison, the parameters are so important that you keep the rules clear, you don't make any exceptions, you don't fall into any of these games. The final danger is to stay alert and pay attention to patterns that allows them to have more movement, or in some cases more seclusion. Being out of sight may give them opportunities to create a misconduct or other type of malice. They deliberately want you to ignore them in order to facilitate their designated ploy or activity. Everything has a purpose. When they start asking you things, listen to what they're asking for. On the other hand, too much information, too much movement gives them opportunities to scope out the environment, observe logistics, personnel, and as well as your strengths and weaknesses and the prison's layout. Don't accommodate this individual's request to be either left alone or to be moved around. They have a reason for asking what they're asking for. There is a reason for everything they do. In order for you to counter their motive, you must do everything with consistency in accordance with the best correctional practices. Don't deviate your policies. Don't deviate your practices. They're there for a purpose. Share, communicate. This may suffice their attempts to manipulate you and the environment around you. Don't hesitate to report a problem and share your concerns so others can give you feedback and make situational assessments and adjustments. Key word here is situational assessments and adjustments. When you share this with your team or your supervisors, there may be a pattern. Complacency will be their strongest ally while incarcerated at your prison. It is important you remain fair, firm, and consistent as your conduct while dealing with offenders is under watch or sociopath 24 hours a day. They can learn your strengths and weaknesses quickly. Remember, how you act, how you make exceptions, which you shouldn't be doing to start off with, is how they will play you. Be consistent, be firm, communicate openly with your team and your supervisors. As always, I thank you for watching my videos. It's always a pleasure to share this experience. Remember that sociopaths all have a purpose. Whatever they ask you, whatever they do, you've got to step back a little bit and see what's going on around you, because they'll play you and you're going to be the victim.